Today we're going to look at real Magic the Gathering cards that look like they're AI generated. Either the card design itself, the art, maybe the flavor text. Alright, I'm going to start off with the Kuskin Keep. Here with my brother, by the way. We're going to tap to add one colorless mana to your mana pool. Or you can pay one, tap, add a red to your mana pool. Or you can pay two, tap, add a black to your mana pool. Or you can pay two, tap, add a green to your mana pool. Treachery and Anarchy make poor partners.
Was this one generated on a Tandy 2000?
I don't know. But I do know that I assume like the AI really latched on to cards like this and well, if that's possible, then, you know, I can make a card with 4 or 5 abilities. And the next one I have after that is Stasis. I mean, this probably, even the ability could be AI generated. Players skip their untap steps. Only the AI would think of insane stuff like this, but I really want to show it for the art. There is nothing like this in Magic the Gathering, period, and it looks like something mocked up from AI generation. Faye Jones, ahead of their time, that's for sure.
2 people have already mentioned change them as Stoffley. Which I suggested.
And that was what my brother suggested yesterday. He's like, what's the topic? And I told him, well, it's real cards are going to be AI generated. And then he's like, it should be this one. Maybe we should go to the Legends one. Here, we'll look at the original Legends card. Black 1 generic. Every time a player draws a card, that player must first discard a card from his or her hand. If there are no cards in player's hand, take top card from library and place it into the graveyard instead of drawing. This enchantment does not apply to the first card drawn by a player during the draw phase. Thank God the AI at least uses like modern templating. Like imagine they were talking about, you know, like shuffling or, you know, damage cannot be redirect, this source of loss of life. That would be terrible, reading all these cards. Are unset cards allowed? No, those are not real Magic cards. Unless it's like non-Acorn. If it's Acorn, no. It's got to be a real thing. Okay, let's look at Gyre with Divine Intervention. And if it's an art, you better... It enters the battlefield with 2 intervention counters. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove an intervention counter from Divine Intervention. If there are no intervention counters on it, the game is a draw. Abza with Floodgate. This has been a long-awaited stream. I hope there's enough cards to fill up an hour with this stuff. Alright, we got Floodgate, a blue 3 generic, 0/5 wall. If Floodgate gains flying bearing, that is so AI generated. It's like, what? Why are we even talking about flying here? If Floodgate leaves play, it deals to each non-blue creature without flying 1 damage for each 2 islands you control. What does that have to do with anything? Quick Rurhork, teach me to swim. Yeah, and for what reason? It's like bringing up, like, keywords. If it gains flying, bury it. Yeah. It's like an enchantment. If the enchantment gains trample, sacrifice it.
Fly.
At any time.
Basic.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Funny stuff. Yeah, this is a great example of a real card that looks like it was AI generated. But this is so far back in the past. It's as if people from the future made this damn card. Bulky with Karplusan Minotaur. Never felt real to me. Oh, we got a 4 mana. The image sort of feels AI generated. For a 3/3 Minotaur Warrior, cumulative upkeep, flip a coin. Absolutely. Yeah, this is BS. Okay, whenever you win a coin flip, Karplusan Minotaur deals 1 damage to target creature or player. What, is it gonna like deal somewhat infinite damage at a point? Whenever you lose a coin flip, Karplusan Minotaur deals 1 damage to target creature or player of an opponent's choice. Oh god. And they'll be like, we're gonna target the Karplusan Minotaur. I didn't even know this card existed. Well, it's from the Heads I Win, Tails You Lose set.
Is that all about flipping coins?
Yes.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the Heads I Win, Tails You Lose secret lair. That's for my brother. Straight for him. All right, we got Kaboom from Sarkin Dragon. Kaboom! Oh no, it's such. Is it Kabum or Kaboom? Oh, there. Okay. Kaboom. Okay, we got a red for generic sorcery. Choose any number of target players. For each of those players, reveal cards from the top of their library until you reveal a non-land card. Kaboom deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to that player. Then you put the reveal cards on the bottom of your library in any order. Very weird card. Raging River. What for? Oh, this card. You're just like, now you guys are just mentioning like really weird cards. Okay, whenever you attack, non-flying defending creatures must be divided as opponent wishes between the left and right sides of the river. Honestly, I don't even think the AI could even think this crap up. You then choose on which side of the river to place each attacking creature, and attacking creatures can only be blocked by flying creatures or those on the same side of the river.
It's not modern legal.
No, it's not modern. It's not legal in a lot of places. That's for sure. Okay, what do we have? Dead Ringers is complete AI mumbo jumbo. Oh, yeah. The worstly worded card in all of Magic the Gathering. Black for generic sorcery. Destroy 2 target non-black creatures unless either one is a color the other isn't. They can't be regenerated. Beautiful, isn't it? Crowed Crovax. They fought together, now they will die together.
Either one is the color, the other ain't.
Yeah, so you know what that means? I don't even know what that means.
Target.
This is one of those types of cards I need to face it in competitive Magic for it to, like, I don't know, settle in. For me to internalize what this card actually does.
Fortunately, they didn't clear it up here either.
No, well, okay, so it has to be non-black. Unless either one is a color, the other one is... So I think they both also have to be a color. I think they have to share a color. Is that how it is? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, little Ted. Spellweaver. Salute, apparently. So, oh, sorry, Valut. Spellweaver. Valut. Oh, it's from the future, too. Maybe it was AI generated. Spellweaver Valut, it's an aura. Enchant instant card in your graveyard. Absolutely, that is AI, sounds AI generated. Okay, whenever you play a sorcery spell, copy the enchanted instant card. Oh, I see. You may play the copy without paying its mana cost. If you do, remove the enchanted card from the game and attach Spellweaver Valut to another instant card in a graveyard. That's wild. It's not the only bad part about this card is it's 5 mana.
But it's not illegal.
Magic the Gathering Online developers, when they realized Wizards made a card that enchanted the instants and instant cards in the graveyard, like, you did what? We have to program what into this game? That is impossible. Dead Ringers means the 2 creatures have to share their color identity. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I sort of got it. I got it.
Get a cat in there.
Avatar! Nomad. Nomad Mythbreaker. Oh, so maybe it doesn't exist? Nomad, you said Mythbreaker? Oh, there's a lot of nomads in this game.
14.
Oh, sorry, no, Mythmaker. Nomad.
Right here, it's right
Myth.
here. It's right here.
Don't worry, I got it. Okay, we got a white 2 generic 2/2 human nomad cleric. Pay a white tap. Put target aura card in a graveyard into play attached to a creature you control. On the wild steppes, history vanishes in the dust. Only the myth makers remain to say what was and is and will be. I would say the flavor text is more AI generated than the actual card, though.
Why don't Bogles play this?
You know, Bogles don't have time for this damn thing. that's the problem with Bogles. All right, we got King Ginger, Goblin Game. I honestly don't think the AI is smart enough to make this type of card. 7 mana sorcery. Each player hides at least 1 object. Then all players reveal them simultaneously. Each player loses life equal to the number of objects he or she revealed. The player who revealed the fewest objects then loses half of his or her life. Round it up. If 2 or more players are tied for the fewest, each loses half of his or her life. Round it up.
What's an object?
I will, huh?
What's an object?
You know, just write a damn number on a piece of paper.
Oh.
That's it. I mean, you literally could put a bunch of objects. I'm gonna hide a bunch of objects. I'm gonna show them all to you. Ta-da! But no, you just have to write how many objects you're hiding on a piece of paper. Oh, that's a good one. Pan-Glacial Worm. Today's just gonna be like, we're probably gonna look at all the weird cards in Magic the Gathering. 7 mana 9/5 with Trample. But get this, while you're searching your library, you may play Panglacial Worm from your library. That sounds very AI. You just like play your cards from your library. While you're searching your library, play your cards from your graveyard. Your graveyard becomes a creature.
So it costs nothing?
No, you may play. So while you're searching your library, well, I guess like something's like, guess while a fetch land is on the stack, you can cast the card for 7 mana. Can't play it for free. Unless you have maybe Omniscience. I don't know. I don't know how Omniscience interacts with this damn thing. Fire! Hope you're doing well. All Hallows Eve feels really weird. Is this really AI generated? Okay, let's take a look. I know a lot of you made mention of this card. Black, 2 generic sorcery. All Hallows Eve. Sorry, exile All Hallows Eve with 2 scream counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if All Hallows Eve is exiled with a scream counter on it, remove a scream counter from it. If there are no more scream counters on it, put it into your graveyard, and each player returns all creature cards from his or her graveyard to the battlefield. This is just suspend, really. What was the original worded? Was it worded any differently? I think it was. Put 2 counters on this card. Remove a counter during your upkeep. When you remove the last counter from All Hallows Eve, all players take all creatures from their graveyard and put them directly into play. Treat those creatures as though they were just summoned. You choose what order they come into play. It's basically, it's just Living End with Suspend. It's literally Living End.
It's almost $600.
Yeah, because it's on the reserve list. It's reserved. Did we get one from Tommy? Lethal Vapors. Oh yeah, we did your Raging River. We're going with black, 2 generic enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play, destroy it! Pay 0, destroyed Lethal Vapors. You skip your next turn. Any player may play this ability. No, that's AI generated. That sounds like an AI generated ability. The Vapors infiltrate every crevice, poison every lung, and snuff out every life. Okay, that's too intelligent to be AI generated. One day the flavor text will be really smart, but it's not there yet. Right now it's just word soup. Cards with weird titles, Lurgoyf. You know what? I'll give a shout out to Tarmogoyf. Let's get this art. I mean, that looks like AI generated stuff. It's just a bunch of blurry crap, like melded together. So like ignoring like the actual card, I think this art looks AI generated.
Yeah.
I mean, like, where's his head? Where's his butt? It doesn't exist.
30th anniversary edition is almost $100.
Oh, is it? Yeah, but that's like a special promo. Anyway, this is our OG Tarmogoyf. Cheerful! Brassman.
City of Brassman.
Okay, we got a 1-mana construct, 1/3. Brassman doesn't untap during your untap step. Yeah, that sounds AI generated. It's already a pathetic creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1. If you do, you can untap your Brassman. What is OP about? I guess it was OP because it was a 1-mana 1/3 at the time. It doesn't untap during your untap step. I have to pay mana to keep untapping this stupid thing. This is, even if it didn't have this clause of untapping, it would be grossly unplayable by today's standards. It's so bad.
For some reason, it's not modern legal.
Yeah. What is a Lurgoyf anyways? I don't know. Something that, like, gets bigger as it eats things from the graveyard, I guess. We got Dick here with Reality Twist. Twist that reality. Blue, cumulative upkeep. Blue, 1 generic. Instead of their normal mana, plains produce red, swamps produce green, mountains produce white, and forests produce black. Nothing is as it seems, says Gerda, Archmage of the Unseen. Alright, next we got Redco. Dark Steel Garrison. I wish this would spell check me better. Okay, we got it's just 2 mana. It's an artifact with fortification for 2 mana. Fortified land is indestructible. When fortified land becomes tapped, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It sounds like it's making up a mechanic, as they usually do. And this is, I think this is the only Fortify card in the game. Fortify's 3, attached to target land you control. Fortify only as a sorcery. This card comes into play unattached and stays in play if the land leaves play. Oh, it's like, it's the equipment. It's a weird equipment artifact that gives things +1/+1. It's like a crappy Pendelhaven. Unbelievable. Yeah, Fortify. Christopher B. Escape Shapeshifter. I bet you're gonna have a hard time today, Christopher B. This is a hard one. You can't just Scryfall look up the certain keywords to the show. Oh, this looks like AI art. I don't even have to read the card. This looks very AI-like. Okay, we got blue, 3 generic for a 3/4 shapeshifter. As long as your opponent controls any creatures with flying, escape shapeshifter gains flying. The same is true for first strike, trample, and protection from any color. I would disqualify the text box, but I like the art. The art has that sort of AI feel to it. It went into its database of I don't know where they pulled this from the internet and spat it out there. This isn't the Tempest era. Can they see the future? These artists.
It's a good ability.
Shadow Flame, Door to Nothingness. Is this really AI? You know what? Yeah, it is actually. It's a 5-mana artifact, comes into play tapped, and for double Wooburg, sacrifice Door to Nothing, targeted player loses the game. We all know how much the AI loves the target player loses the game or target player is destroyed cards. Only a madman could create such a door. Only an imbecile would open it. True story. Yeah, old art is weird. They don't make that art anymore. King Ginger. Govern the Guildless? Govern the Guildless. Blue 5 generic sorcery. Gain control of target mono-colored creature. If it's got 4 casts for a blue and 1 generic. Reveal Govern the Guildless from your hand. Target creature becomes the color or colors of your choice until end of turn. That is a very, very AI sounding. Yeah, look. Is that like an old version of what's the ability from the lands these days? Like you can discard it. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a very what's Otawara? What the hell is this ability called? Channel. It sounds like an old version of Channel before Channel existed. Just to change the color of target creatures. I guess if you combine it, hold on, can you play this ability only during your upkeep and only once each turn? Oh, so you get the ability? Oh, so you give them the color that you want, and then you steal it, is what I'm guessing. Yeah, Channel. That's what I was thinking about. Hafiz! Exchange of words. I have some words to exchange with you. Okay, we got a blue 1 generic enchantment. When exchange of words enters the battlefield, choose 2 target creatures. For as long as exchange of words remains on the battlefield, exchange the text boxes of those creatures. Good enough. Honestly, these unset cards are like a little bit weird even for AI generated stuff. We got Jay! Lightning Storm. Okay. You know what? I can get behind that one. Activated ability on the stack. Yeah, it's not human. It's a red 1 generic instant. Deals X damage to target creature player where X is 3 plus the number of charge counters on it. Discard a land card. Put 2 charge counters on Lightning Storm. You may choose a new target for it. Any player may play this ability, but only if Lightning Storm is on the stack. It is a weird card. That is a very, very weird card. It's definitely the type of thing an AI would think of. Yeah, play more ability. Well, while this card is on the stack, you may play it on the stack. You have extra abilities. Use the Planeswalker ability while it's on the stack. Imagine we've seen instant abilities with Planeswalker abilities on them. Crazy nonsense. Jacob! The hell is this?
Big one.
No, I think it's a double face card. Kian, Dean of Substance. Okay, what do we got here? It's a green 2 generic. Tap, exile the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, put a study counter on it. 5 mana, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each different mana value among non-land cards you own in exile with study counters on them. So far, the front half, not very AI generated, but let's take a look at the back. We got Imbraham, Dean of Theory, Big Owl. Blue 2 generic for a 3/3 with flying. It's got the activated ability. Blue X. tap, exile the top X cards of your library, and put a study counter on each of them. Now we get an AI generated. Then you may put a card you own in exile with a study counter on it into your hand. We got it. Was it even necessary? Hold on. Exile the top X cards of your library, put a study counter on all of them, then you may put a card you own in exile with a study counter. Well, why don't you just choose one? Like, what's with the extra text for? I don't understand the difference. We exile, okay, let's say I choose 5 cards. They all have study counters, then I can choose one and put it into my hand. Why don't I just look at the top 5 cards, choose one, exile the rest? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Wait, these aren't AI? That's correct, all of these aren't AI. These are all real cards. R.I.P. Professor Owl. Oh, it works with the other side? Go flippity floppity. Exile the top card of your library. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Otherwise, okay, create a blue. Oh, with study counters. So you make creatures equal. Oh, I get it. The synergy. It's very awkward synergy, that's for sure. David Sampson. Second wind. Blue 2 generic aura. Enchanted creature. Tap enchanted creature. Untap enchanted creature. Vindir Storm Chases believe that the same ancient forces that move the winds can also move mortal minds and hearts. That's a great card. Psalm 124C. Ebon Praetor. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Ebon Praetor. We got black 4 generic 5/5. First strike trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a -2/-2 counter on Ebon Praetor. As I'm reading this so feels like an AI generated card. Sacrifice a creature, remove a -2/-2 counter from Ebon Praetor. If the sacrificed creature was a thrall, put a +1/+0 counter on Ebon Praetor. Play this ability only during your upkeep and only once each turn. I think it makes me wonder if you exclude, I don't know, all cards before the year 2000, would the AI come up with like vastly more intelligent cards? Because like all these messed up cards are like from before like the year 2000. They started getting templating like pretty good at that point, and all the cards were like more or less reasonable.
Sort of reining it in.
Yeah, the art is most AI generated art out there as well. Yeah, that's not bad. You got like, I don't know, a giant rabbit, some cockroach looking priest. Yeah, what is this, the devil? The lizard people? And what is this? This is from like Avatar. They took it from like the movie Avatar.
It's like a merfolk.
They're forcing this. What is even going on here? Are they sacrificing this thing? Anyway.
Yeah, sacrifice a creature, remove a 2/+.
Okay, yeah, you sacrifice the Avatar, the Great Hope. Alright, next up. Station Disaster. Ice Cauldron. Now that's a weird card. 4 mana artifact, X, tap, put a charge counter on Ice Cauldron and exile a non-land card from your hand. You can cancel a card for as long as it remains exiled. Note the type and amount of mana spent to pay this activation cost. Activate this ability only if there are no charge counters on Ice Cauldron. Then you can tap, remove a charge counter from Ice Cauldron. Add Ice Cauldron's last noted type and amount of mana to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast the last card exiled with Ice Cauldron.
It's a lot of
Very
words.
bizarre. Yeah, it is a lot of words. Geyer's back with Serum Powder.
Oh, so that poor mouse.
The poor it's gonna get cast, don't worry. It's coming back. It's just going into cryogenics. 3 mana artifact. Tap, add a colorless to your mana pool. Anytime you could mulligan and Serum Powder is in your hand. You may exile cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. Doesn't honestly feel all that AI generated, but it's close enough. It's like a weird card. Blue Bomber. Whoops. It looks at all cards with counters so you can grab the ones from the last activation. Oh, you're talking about the guy. What's it called? The owl guy. Imbraham, Dean of Theory. I gotcha. Alright, what do we got next here? Mr. Whale. Floral Spasm. It is a 4 mana 2/2 Spasm. That does feel AI generated. Is there any other spasms in this game? You know how the AI just makes some random creature type up out of nowhere, just pulls it out of its butt, If Floral Spasm attacks an opponent and is not blocked, then Floral Spasm may choose to destroy target artifact under that opponent's control and deal no damage. It's very creature. So the name is AI generated. The art looks very AI generated. Text box actually a lot less AI generated, but definitely a pass. Arethusa with Char Rumbler. I don't think Thassa's Oracle is very AI generated. I think that's fine. Char Rumbler. Or maybe it is. Maybe we'll look at Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Char Rumbler. Red, 2 generic for a -1/3 creature. With double strike. And it pay a red, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Definitely very, very bizarre. The power and toughness. I'm surprised they don't have a star there. Star +2 to the R of something else. Okay, let's look at Thassa's Oracle to get it out of everyone's system. Everyone wants Thassa's Oracle. I guess this could be AI generated. They like mixed win the game with devotion. When Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put up to 1 of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Oh, by the way, if X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game.
Also, it's banned in Historic.
It is. No, the card's straight up nuts. Welcome, Nightly Cat. AI generated for how absurd the card is. And is now completely institutionalized into the game. Not getting banned whatsoever. Okay, Lee Fisher, let's vote for Ghostly Flame. Since I don't have to vote for Deeply or Flying in this video. Okay, Stranger Candy, you have a second voice. Okay, we have a red-black enchantment. So hold on, this is also a team with Stranger Candy. Both black and red permanents and spells are considered colorless sources of damage. That is AI generated. They're now both black and red permanents and spells are considered colorless sources of damage. But what if they haven't dealt any damage yet?
Damage.
That's a lot of damage. Walk slowly when in the nether world and seek that which calls. The Ghostly Flame. Okay, Sean says, Sean McCartney, Beasting, way out of the color pie. Sometimes the AI makes its own color pie. That's true, it gives a lot of stuff to other cards. So we got a green 3 generic sorcery, it deals 2 damage to a creature or player. I guess so. That's I forgot about that. The AI breaks the color pie, like, non-stop. Without question. Alright, we got King Ginger. Dreams of the Dead. Thanks for your super chat, King Ginger. Okay, we got blue 3 generic enchantment. Return target white or black creature card from your graveyard to play. The creature gains cumulative upkeep too. If the creature would leave play, remove it from the game instead. What is the point of this damn thing? Oh, this poor soul. Look at you brought back. I guess they brought back the skeleton and the soul came out of its mouth. But where did it come from there? That's a very weird, creepy card. Alright, we're gonna look at more real cards that sound AI generated, but we gotta thank our sponsors today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Deal of the week, save 15% off old Commander singles. You wanna play, maybe you wanna make an AI generated Commander deck with actually real cards. You could do that by playing all of the cards showcased in today's show by buying them at FusionGamingOnline.com. And don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Play any deck you want, anytime, any format. You want to play some Pauper, you want to play some Mon, you want to play some Pioneer. They got you covered. I'm interested in Vintage. Bringing the Merfolk Typal deck to Vintage. I think it's got fins. It's gonna say legs, and I would never do that in paper, but I could do it online thanks to Mana Traders. You can, whoops, got the wrong thing here. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_B3R. Okay, back to Dream of the Dead world. Did you just read the Floral Spasm again? It says Spasm chooses to destroy the creature. Oh my goodness! If Floral Spasm attacks and an opponent is not blocked, then Floral Spasm may choose. My card is sentient. Oh no.
How do you do this?
Yeah. Okay, Floral Spasm, what do you want to do? Is it like a Ouija thing? Everyone puts their hand on the Floral Spasm and then sees where it moves? All right, Floral Spasm. What artifact? What artifact on the battlefield? And it starts moving to my soul ring. No! No Floral Spasm. Don't do it. That's a bad Floral Spasm. Weird card. Yeah, Spasm equals arch enemy. We did all Hell's Eve already. Jacob, armor thrall. It's a black 2 generic 1/3 thrall. Tap, sacrifice armor thrall, put a +1/+2 counter on target creature. I could get this. The worst thing about being a mercenary for the Ebon Hand is having to wear a dead thrall. Ew, disgusting. Sacrifice armor. You gotta sacrifice the whole thing just for a play. Because the AI does that as well. The huge cost for almost no benefit. I gotta sacrifice my whole thrall for this one damn stupid +1/+2 counter. This thing wasn't even this should get a +1/+3 counter. Good freak. Shell of the Last Kappa. Oh yeah, this is a Pog card. Shell of the Last Kappa, 3 generic legendary artifact, pay 3, tap, remove from the game target instant or sorcery spell that targets you. Okay, that's a bit of a weird card. Pay 3, tap, sacrifice Shell of the Last Kappa. You may play the card removed from the game with Shell of the Last Kappa without paying its mana cost. It's like a counter spell in advance in some way. Joshua. Aminato, the Fate Sifter. A lot of abilities on this card. Okay, we got an Esper 3 generic Aminato. Aminato? Sorry, Aminato, I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Hakuna Matata.
+1. Draw a card, then put a card from your hand on top of your library. That is... that honestly is a bit AI generated. Okay, -1, exile another target permanent you own, then return to the battlefield you control. That's not bad. -6, choose left or right. Okay, that's very AI generated. Each player gains control of all non-land permanents other than Aminato, the Fate Sifter, controlled by the next player in the chosen direction. And it can be your commander. What a chaos commander. I pronounced it correctly? Well, I pronounced it 5 different ways, so odds are I mispronounced it 4 times. Next up, we've got Phage. I don't know if Phage is really all that AI generated. It like has a pretty. If it didn't have this thing, when Phage the Untouchable enters the battlefield, if you didn't cast it from your hand, you lose the game. Like if it didn't have that, I would say this is AI generated. But otherwise, I think it's a sort of fine card. When it deals combat damage to a creature, it just gets destroyed. It deals combat damage to a player, they lose the game. Kablooey. Yep. Platonic Liquid. Perplexing Chimera. That's an interesting card. The blue card, right?
Looks like a capybara.
It looks very AI generated. Like the art. And also the frame feels AI generated. Okay, the blue 4 generic Chimera Chimera. It's like I think it's Chimera. Yeah. I think a lot of people are like they're just shaking their head at me and shaking their fist in the comment section. Don't you know how to pronounce Chimera? It's with a K, damn it. Okay, whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may exchange control of Perplexing Chimera, and that spell, if you do, you may choose new targets for the spell. Now this art looks super AI generated. We got Sean with Terror from 10th edition. Someone who's very specifically going for the art. Oh, damn, so many terrors. Oh, we need the 10th edition one. Yeah, I can see it. Whoops, I can see it. Or we have a black 1 generic instant. Destroy target and also the templating feels AI generated because it's not really centered very well. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature can't be regenerated. What the hell is going on here? Oh, it's like 3. Ew! So here's the skin, here's the muscle, here's the skeleton.
That's pretty cool.
Stetson, since I hear your bro, it reminds me of the gameplay videos. So here's something for that. Can't wait for the next one. We're doing it today. So be ready, Stetson. We'll be live. Thank you very much for the huge super chat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought they were talking about like when we played Mario Brothers.
No. Dark Steel Relic.
Oops.
Zero mana artifact. Dark Steel Relic is indestructible. This feels very AI generated. Absolutely. This is an AI generated card. Effects that say destroy, don't destroy it. They also had to remind us. It's the last thing we can call our own. Also sounds AI generated. Sounds somewhat almost irrelevant to the actual, like, card. It's all yours, because nobody else wants it. Goblin Balloon Brigade, but only the first printing. Says Dick. We want the first printing, huh? Okay, we have red for this thing. Red, goblins gain flying ability until end of turn. Controller may not choose to make goblins fly after they have been blocked. From here, we can drop rocks and arrows and more rocks. Yeah, boss, but how do we get down? That's right. You gotta wait to lose all that hot air. You keep sleeping on this one. Equinox. This is Christopher B. Okay, we have a white aura. Tap land enchanted with Equinox to counter a spell that destroys one or more of your lands. This ability is played as an interrupt. What does it even do? Enchanted land has tap counter target spell if it would destroy a land you control. Wow! That is very, very AI generated. 100%. It was born AI generated. Protect your lands. Alright, we got Alex. Thanks for all the content. Oh, you're welcome, Alex. Alright, that's a free... If that is just a comment, that's going to be free super chat for Robin. Nature's Chosen. Early printings are wild. Okay, we got a green enchant creature. Play it on a creature you control. 0! Untap enchant creature. Use this ability only during your turn and only once each turn. 0! Tap enchanted creature to untap target artifact, creature, or land. That is such a weird card. Use this ability only if enchanted creature is white and only once each turn.
What?
Exactly. It's exactly what I was talking about. Gnarly Bonesful. Does that have to target or will it work against Armageddon? Yeah, I think it has to target. Armageddon doesn't target anything. If you talk about the land.
The Equinox.
Yeah, the Equinox. All of a sudden, Gnarly Bonesful. That could be useful. I got this dick in my playgroup that keeps using Armageddon against me. This is exactly what I need. And it's $1. Counter target spell if it would destroy. Oh, maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it does. Enchanted land is counter target spell if it would destroy a land you control. And that's what Armageddon would do. No, I think you're right. Yeah, it works on it does work on the wipes. Neat. Okay, yeah, you can use Equinox. I thought it was just counter target spell that targets a land, or that would destroy a land that it targets, but it's not. Yeah, Equinox totally works. Weird. There you go. You just enchant your land from turn 1. All right, go for it. Be my guest. You want Armageddon? You be? Yeah, it's hilarious. Okay. Next super chats. Blue Bomber with Ice Cave. We got blue 3 generic enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell, any other player may pay that spell's mana cost. If the player does, counter the spell. Close enough. Even the oppressive cold of the cave could not temper El Radimri's ire. And the art looks a little AI generated too.
Huh?
Brendan Hall, Evil Isle of Orms by Gore, old versions. Five mana, 3/6. Non-eye creatures you control can't attack. I'm sold. How many eye creatures are... Oh, non-eye creatures you control. But this is going to be all of them. There's like probably only one eye creature in the game. Evil Eye of Orms by Gore can't be blocked except by walls. This card's terrible. It sounds so much like an AI generated card, and it's got that weird casting cost of like 5 and these weird stats of like a 3/6. The Highway of Fear is the shortest route to defeat. The whole thing is AI generated.
Arms by Gore.
Arms by Gore, that's right. Oh, Yo Little Ted had the same one. Poor guys. All right, well you got that one. Station Disaster. Hot take. Dockside because it's OP. Enters the battlefield, create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. It's only good in Commander. You play this in like competitive Magic, no one plays this card. Like it sees 0 play in Legacy. And actually, yeah, I don't know.
Is that another rocket one?
You guys can like think about it. You guys can vote if this is AI generated or not. I think it is, but I'm not sure.
It's called a Goblin.
Platonic Liquid with Enter the Infinite. Just
wow.
the casting cost and the image alone is AI generated. Blue, 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 8 generic sorcery. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your library. Like, this is so outlandish. You would never think that this is a real card. Put a card from your hand on top of your library. And at like that point, what does that even matter? You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. So hold on, we're going to draw cards equal to the number of cards in our library. Then we put a card from our hand onto oh yeah, we just put 1 so we don't deck ourselves.
Yourself.
We have 1 turn we have 2 full turns to do something. Yeah, you look at this card and it's just so outlandish. It makes no sense. Don't just have an idea. Have all of them. Flavor text is very human though. A very human design. Did anyone see those? Have you seen those videos? This guy makes stupid contraptions, and it's like, the design is very simple, very human. Someone must know what I'm talking about. And it's just really useless inventions. Cackling Goblin. Glacial Chasm. Shadow says, fun fact, there are 5 eye creatures in the game, and one of them is Silver Border. We need more eye creatures in this game. For the eye tribal. Or typal. Land. Cumulative upkeep. Pay 2 life. Oh god, I hate this card. Yeah, this soul looks AI generated. When it comes into play, sack a land. Creatures you control can't attack. And prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. Very, very... This is like an AI card that unfortunately sees play. Unfortunately, it's so stupid. Yeah, the poop extractor. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, hope your opponents don't have a way to make you draw. Or mill the last card out of your library. Confounding Conundrum. Blue 1 generic enchantment. This is a bit of a brain twister. Confounding Conundrum enters the battlefield. Draw a card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. Maybe this is not AI generated enough. It's like a weird card, but not enough. What do we have next? Technically the Vanilla Legends. Oh yeah, we'll name one. We need one. I don't know any of them. Like, I think you're right, though. That is a very AI-generated thing. Make this incredibly high casting cost card that does nothing. Questing Piece doesn't feel very AI-generated. Okay, look at Desert Twister. 6 mana, destroy target permanent. Yep, that's on course. It's like, just make a 10 mana, destroy target permanent. Is there a real Yoshi? Oh, there is. It's a dog. It's a 1 mana 1/1 dog. Whenever another legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/+1 counter on Yoshi, and and as partner. I don't know. Feels very regularish card.
He's a dog though.
It is a dog. It is a dog. What do we have? Okay, there we go. Gosta Dirk. This is one of those old legend cards. There we go. Actually, it has a little bit. It has some abilities actually, and they also seem very AI generated. Blue, blue, white, white. 3 generic for a 4/4. First strike. Creatures with Island Walk may be blocked as if they did not have this ability. Like, you know, AI has those really niche abilities for just that time that you need them. You never know someone has island. You never know when I'm going to be in your play group and play with my Merfolk deck.
Part of the reserve list.
That's right, yeah. That's busted. Like, I want that thing part of the reserve list. I like how high of a casting cost it is. So it discourages R&D to make cheaper versions of this type of card. Casimir? Okay, hold on. Casimir is a typical legend that does nothing at all. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we got a 6-mana legendary 5/3 creature that does nothing. Popular indeed is the tale of how the Casimir was once a holy man who renounced his order to take up the sword. But this tale is no more likely than any other. Also looks almost AI generated. Richard Kane Ferguson is in that sort of, might have been inspired by AI, or AI was inspired by Richard Kane Ferguson.
They say that government has technology 30 years ahead of what's in the public, so
yeah.
maybe they gave this guy a computer to play around on back in '94.
It's possible. All right, next we got Pacers fan forever, the Force of Savagery. Oh, is this the...
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, your favorite. The 8-0. Yeah, we could give this. This is an AI card. The green 2 generic trampling. 8-0 elemental. Yeah, good luck attacking with that damn thing.
Somebody's got to spin a deck around this.
It's probably the Merfolk players. Just make blue-green with
only
Master of
3 mana.
Waves. Just need some Anthem in play. Arbitrary Jake with... Did you do Sublime Epiphany? No. Very weird picture. Okay, that is very AI. You know, AI is just this big wall of words on the card. All right, so 6 mana, instant. Choose one or more. It's already broken. Counter target spell. Counter target activated or triggered ability. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, and target player draws a card. This card's busted. This card's insane. Why don't I own this card in my commander deck? I get to choose all these modes? I guess the hard part is getting, like, hitting an activated ability and countering a spell at the same time. Other than that, I'm just drawing a card, creating a token, and bouncing a permanent or something.
Illegal.
And none. Well, I'm not going to play in Modern. This card is quite the card. See, look at that. Steve Cooper is like, this card exists? This is a real card?
Love that raccoon.
Yeah, we all love the raccoon. Raccoons are cute. Too bad they make really crappy pets. Okay, Station Disaster, Yargle, and... I know what this is.
That's that 38 whatever, right?
It's a very, very expensive card that does nothing.
Yeah, the 18-6.
Yeah, the 18-6. That's definitely AI generated. Frog Spirit Elemental. 6 mana. All this can be yours for 6 mana. They're really pushing vanilla creatures these days.
Why doesn't anybody play this in Modern?
Because it costs 6 mana. You're dead by then.
There's a lot of things that cost 6
You
mana.
need... Anyway, no. No, not happening. Stranger Candy with Yixlid Jailer. This is that 2 mana 2/1. Cards in graveyards lose all abilities. It sounds like something. Anyway, yeah, it's a weird card. Naked Singularity from Mark Zilla. Oh, it's these weird cards. 5 mana, cumulative upkeep 3. This is like, I think this is a little bit too weird even for the AI. If tap for mana, plains produce red, islands produce green, swamps produce white, mountains produce blue, and forests produce black. And we also got Platonic Liquid. Thank you so much for supporting the show all the time. The Hive OG rules text. The OG. We gotta go back. Okay, so we need, what, Summer Magic go back? Oh, wait a minute. Is this like before tokens existed? 5 mana, mono artifact. Pay 5. Creates 1 giant wasp, a 1/1 flying creature. Represent wasps with tokens, making sure to indicate where each wasp is tapped. Wasps can't attack during the turn they created. Treat wasps like artifact creatures in every way except that they are removed from the game entirely if they ever leave play. If the hive is destroyed, the wasps must still be killed individually. Okay, so if the hive is destroyed, you get to keep your wasps, is basically what it's saying. Wild card. Sean Collins! What the hell is this? Ooch, Chulion, a crab horror ooze. Uchula. Hopefully I can find it like this. Oh, it is as expected. Crab horror ooze. Uchulon's power is equal to the number of crabs, oozes, and/or horrors you control. Like, those are just random creature types as far as I'm concerned. What does a crab have to do with an ooze, which has to do with a horror? And horrific symbiosis. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to one target creature card from an opponent's graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Uchulion. Very bizarre card.
And it has a star in its power.
Yeah, it's got a star in its power. It's got a lot of weird stuff here. Crab Tribe approves. I don't think Sorrow's Path is very AI generated, in my opinion. Faster than you, Spinal Parasites. Five mana, -1/-1 creature. How many -1/-1 cards are there in this game? With Sunburst, put 2+1/+1 counters from Spinal Parasite, remove a counter from target permanent. Sounds like you're just gonna remove counters from Spinal Parasite to take away more counters from Spinal Parasite. It doesn't even do much. Wait, we're gonna lose its power just to take away, like, I don't know, a singular +1/+1 counter from somebody? Just loving watching this now. I've had enough mentions. All right, we got Crackling Goblin with the Steel Golem. A 3-mana 3/4. You can't play creature spells. Yeah, sometimes the AI cards, they punish you so damn hard. You play the card and it's basically over. Jacob with a super chat. Ambassador Blorbidity Blorbloop. What is this like? This is barely a real card, but it is. All right, we got blue-green, 3 generic, 3/3 alien advisor guest. When Ambassador Blorbity Gloop, whatever, Blorbity enters the battlefield, you get 3 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on non-land permanent you own. At the beginning of each combat, you may have Ambassador Blorbity base power and toughness become equal to the total power and toughness of all stickers on the permanents you control. That is enough word soup that, yes, I think this is AI generated.
It had some day 0 errata. It was so messed up.
Okay. What is it? Blorbity Blorp Boops. Second ability was completely reworded to specify that it totals power and toughness each separately. Oh, yeah, they screwed up. That went to the print too early.
They didn't clean up the AI generation.
Yeah. Maybe it was completely inspired by AI. It's like we have to, you know, we have to do a spell check and it'll be fine. And they didn't do it. Yeah, shred the card. Is not real card. But it's, well, anyway, that makes it AI generated. Makes it AI generated. Yeah, crazy that thing is still legal. This is one of those reading the card does not explain the card at all. All right, we got Arbitrary Jake with Char Rumbler. Red 2 generic. Oh yeah, we looked at this one. Yeah, the -1/3 creature with double strike. Another -1 power creature. That's how you make cards fair these days. It's just enter the battlefield immediately with like -2, -3. If you try to boost up something, you get them screwed. Botanical Liquid says Toads has a great suggestion. What's Toads last did? Toads is on a roll on this show. Quorum Trench Games.
Gnomes.
Quorum Trench Gnomes, whatever. All right, we got a red 3 generic. What is going on here? This is like something Dr. Robotnik would be doing. For a 1/1 gnomes, tap target planes produce 1 instead of planes until the end of the game. That's actually broken. But it is 4 mana. If only the planes use counters. Basically, it's like a I turn your planes into a waste. I turn that planes into a waste. Oh, great captain, all is lost. They tunneled, they burrowed. They trenched, they sapped the strength of our defenses. I imagine this should be for anything, including mountains. Just turn everything into a waste. They're miners, for crying out loud. Okay, we have Turia with Cephalid Snitch. Don't be a snitch out there. No one likes snitches.
Sniff.
Are you a snitch? Oh, is it a smith? No, it's a snitch. You got snitched! Okay, blue 1 generic, Cephalid Wizard, sacrifice Cephalid Snitch, target creature loses protection from black until end of turn. Was pro-black so important in Torment? It's a 1/1. The cautious are wary of their enemies. The wise are also wary of their friends. I also like that flavor text. Very AI generated. Alright, we have way more AI generated. Oh, sorry, we have way more super chats. Blue Bomber! With Rasputin Dream Weaver. What is AI generated by the... Oh, just because he has a billion abilities on him? That's true. True story. 6 mana, 4/1 creature. Enters the battlefield with 7 dream counters on him. Remove a dream counter. Add 1 color to your mana pool. This is absolutely AI generated. Remove a dream counter from Rasputin. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to Rasputin this turn. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if Rasputin started the turn untapped, put a dream counter on it. You can't have more than 7 dream counters on it. And it's also bossed, in my opinion. I think that's very good value. That's a lot of mana that you can make off of this damn thing. Pacers fan forever. The Steam Flogger boss. We got red 3 generic 3/3 Goblin Rigger. The other Rigger creatures you control have +1/+0 and have haste. If a rigger you control would assemble a contraption, assembles 2 contraptions instead. We don't even know what contraptions are.
Apparently there's only like 1 other rigger in the whole game.
Yeah, and they made one just recently.
Yeah.
So they give some synergy to the old nonsense they have here. Well, it was Future Sight. They saw the future. And King Ginger. Cyclopean Tomb. What, Tomb for Cyclops? I guess so. Oh, that's weird. Big eyeball. Alright, 4 mana for an artifact. Pay 2 tap. Put a mire counter on target non-swamp land. That land is a swamp! For as long as it has a mire counter on it. Activate this ability only during your upkeep. When Cyclopean Tomb is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, at the beginning of each of your upkeeps for the rest of the game, remove all mire counters from a land that a mire counter was put onto a Cyclopean Tomb, but that mire counter has not been removed from the Cyclopean Tomb. This is just... The word soup. It's, what do we call it? Chaos ensues. Chaos ensues. Okay, let's get something from... Let's get Gabe. I don't think Gabe... The only contraptions are in the unsets. Oh, I thought you had a suggestion there. Gabe. Yeah, just the unsets. We did Raging River. Didn't do Illusionary Mask, but I don't think that is very AI-like.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I guess... Okay, I'm gonna do...
Ice Cauldron.
Let's...
It ensue.
We'll listen a little bit more. It ensues. Omnath Locus of all. Look at the... Okay, hold on. Magus of the Bargain says, look at the alpha printing of Cyclopean Tomb. Oh, there's an alpha version. Turn anyone's swamp land into swamp during upkeep. Mark the changes lands with tokens. If it's destroyed, remove 1 token of your choice. Each upkeep returning that land to its original nature. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Sadly, no 0 cards that look AI generated. It's a tough show. Actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Burrito King with Wheel of Misfortune. And then we'll, that's the last freebie, and then I'll finish it off with the super chats. Red 2 generic sorcery. Each player secretly chooses a number 0 or greater. Then all players reveal those numbers simultaneously and determine the highest and lowest numbers revealed this way. Wheel of Misfortune deals damage equal to the highest number of each player who chose that number. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand, then draws 7 cards. Honestly, I think this is a bit too smart for the AI. AI would never come up with something this weird. Alright, we got... okay, we have 2 super chats left. We got the Cyclopean 2... No, we did the Cyclopean 2. We got Josh. Force of Savagery. We did that one.
Yeah.
Do you know what we're going to do? I think the new rule is if you brick on a super chat, it's just donated to the next person. Hopefully one that hasn't gotten their word in. Mr. E! A beautiful avatar. Word of command. Oh my goodness. The black instant. Look at target play. Oh, do you know what? I like this one. Okay, look at target opponent's hand and choose a card from it. You control that player until word of command finishes resolving. I don't know how much room you have to do anything with the player while it's in process of resolving. The player plays that card if able. While doing so, the player can activate mana abilities only if they're from the lands he or she controls, and only if mana they could produce is spent to activate other mana abilities of lands he or she controls and or play the card. If the chosen card is if the chosen card is cast as a spell, you choose the player.
You control that player.
While that spell is resolving. Very AI generated. Very AI rubbish. Oh, we got one more before the show is over. We got Mischievous Quanner. Mischievous. So anyone who bricks on the super chat, what is it?
Bottom.
It always becomes a donation. All right, a blue 4 generic beast, 3/3 creature, blue 3 generic. Turn Mischievous Quanner face down. Yeah, that's AI generated. And it's got more for a blue 1 generic. And when the Mischievous is turned face up, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You can choose new targets for a copy. That is a very clunky. It's called Willbender. Is that what I'm thinking of? Willbender. Yeah, very, very expensive Willbender. Ultra expensive. All right, that's it. That's it for the show. Hope you liked it. I had fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
My brother loved
some pretty weird cards in this set.
a lot of. What set? This is all of Magic the Gathering. Some pretty weird cards in this game. We didn't look at the latest set, by the way. All right, so if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here Monday to Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show, because as long as you do it, I'm going to keep showing up every morning. For the people patrons on Patreon, the people who are members on YouTube, and everyone who supports with the super chats to be part of the show. And most importantly, got to thank everyone who's here in the morning, like Rob Boy and Gabe, and we got Pacers Fan Forever, we got Abzo, Toads, Crab Tribe, Lee Fisher, Monster CC, Avatar, King Ginger, did I say Toads?
Yes.
If I didn't, I have now. Sean, Megs of the Bargain. Who else? We've got the Jaded, Platonic Liquid, Steve Cooper, Crackling Goblin, Ryan, Joshua. Because without all you guys, I'd have no show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees. And we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I